Rage Nation, what is up? Of course, this is the behind-the-scenes look at a radio interview. We're joined by Kevin from our band of the month, Sever. Kevin, what's up, playa?
What's up, y'all? Appreciate you having me, dude. Thank you.
Yeah, man. How's the temperatures over in Virginia right now?
Dude, it's a crisp, like 42 degrees. Yeah, it's
Snap.
crisp, man. And wintertime is here. It's coming.
Yeah, man. All right, so the full radio episode, if you want to listen to it, is down in the description. Go ahead and click that link, and you can listen to 2 hours of the best indie, unsigned rock and metal from across the planet. But right now, we're going to go ahead and get into this with Kevin. He's the lead vocalist and guitarist from the band Sever. And of course, you go to indierageradio.com, hover over music, then click Band of the Month. You can see their music videos. You can get all their links. Got the bio there. You get to really know Sever at indierageradio.com. All right. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Indie Rage Radio, indierageradio.com. And if it sounds like I'm pumped, it's because I am. We have our band of the month here on the show tonight, Sever from Shenandoah Valley, Virginia. Look,
Yep.
When I saw Shenandoah Valley, I don't know what happened. It wasn't an acid trip because I'm here at work, but I could just envision just beautiful, serene, mountainous territory with the name Shenandoah Valley.
Yep, for sure, brother. Yeah, I live personally, like, we're all in the valley. That's why, kind of like saying we're from the Shenandoah Valley. But, like, for me, I live in a place called Woodstock, Virginia, and it's a good, probably 20, 30 minutes from what they call the Skyline Drive. It's a very scenic drive over in the States where if you live in the States, you know what it is. At least if you're on the East Coast, you more likely know what it is. And yeah, like I said, everywhere I look around me, it's just mountains. So it's a really pretty area. We see all the guys. We have a couple, well, 3 of them live in Berkeley Springs, West Virginia, which is about an hour from me. And it's one guy's in a place called Front Royal, Virginia, which is about 30 minutes from me. But yeah, to sum it up, we're all in the valley, the Shenandoah Valley. Like I said, it's really big. What you said, how you described it, is basically that. We have the Shenandoah River, all the mountains around us. It's a beautiful place. I love it here.
God's country.
Yeah, God's country. Exactly, brother. Yeah.
All right. So besides indierageradio.com, where can people find you and your music on the internet?
Man, they can find it Spotify. We're on, streaming wise, Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, YouTube, anywhere you can stream music, we're on it. Same thing with social media, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, we're on all of that. So basically, anywhere on the internet you can find us. I actually tested today on Google by the band name. Just what's coming up, and yeah, if you look up Sever on Google, we'll come up for you.
Right on. And here is another behind the scenes look. It's our first edit because usually I do this before we start, and I totally spaced out, Kevin. Let's see. Of course, we got 4 segments, and each segment we're going to promote one of your tracks. So we need to put them in order here, how you want them to flow in the show. So what's the first song you want to promote?
So we'll do it in order of the EP. We'll do Forever Change, Desperation, Dawn, and then Afraid.
Okay. Well, I hate to kill the vibe here, but I was like,
yeah, you're good,
Mikey O.
No, you're great, dude.
All right, here we go. we're back in 3, 2, 1. All right, so it's time. We're going to play a game, Kevin. We're going to get to know you a little bit better. It's called 10 Rounds with Mikey O, and here's how you play.
Good, dude.
So I'm going to give you a few choices, and the first thing that comes to your mind of which one you like better, go ahead and say that, and we'll talk about it a little bit.
So kind of like this or that. I got you.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
All right, round 1. Airwalk or Vans?
Vans.
I'm totally with you, dude. Airwalk, look, I got some big old wide Clyde hoppers. And, and I find way more Vans than I can wear than I do Airwalks. They're hating on the dudes with the big feet.
Dude, yeah, I remember Airwalk was a thing around us, but I tell you what, I don't see Vans. I don't see Airwalk anymore, but I do see Vans. So I think that says a lot. You know what I mean?
Most definitely.
And to clarify, I don't really wear any of them, but Vans is just better looking, stylish, and everything in my opinion. Just from what I've seen around.
All right, here you go. Being from Virginia, mountains or beaches?
You know, funny enough, beaches all day. I'm a big guy of water, man. Whether it's a lake, a pond, beaches, 100%.
Right on. Let's see, sweet or salty?
Man, both. Man, if I had to pick, that's a hard one, dude. I don't know. I mean, is both an answer? Because I don't think I can choose between either.
I guess you can get snacks that are sweet and salty at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it depends on the mood, man. Like you said, you want something salty, you want some actual, sustenance, something that'll actually give you some energy. But man, sweets are just, sweets are the guilty pleasure. You know what I'm saying? But give me both.
Yeah. What's your go-to candy bar?
Shoot, my go-to first thing comes to mind is probably a Snickers. And then shoot, not far behind it is definitely, the Reese's sticks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm a sucker for those, man. And a Reese's peanut butter cups probably my favorite. Is that a candy bar? Because it's kind of a cup, so that's why I was confused. But Reese's cup, if that's a candy bar.
I mean,
sure.
it's in the candy bar section, so.
Yeah, hey, you're exactly right. I probably think too far into things sometimes.
Yeah. Have you ever tried the whatchamacallit?
Yeah, that's really good too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's more like the pretzels and nougats, right?
Yeah. It's kind of like it's caramel and it's like a crunchy little inside.
Yeah, I'm a big. I remember you got me thinking of. You ever heard of the Babe Ruth?
Oh, most definitely.
Yeah, that's a great one too. And Three
Look at me, I've
Musketeers
heard of
too.
every candy bar.
Oh, dude, I hear you too, brother. I got some trouble on me too, man. Trust me. And Three Musketeers are guilty. That's a really good one too. It's just so simple.
All right, PlayStation, Xbox, or Nintendo?
Ooh, PlayStation.
Yeah. What's your favorite game on PlayStation?
Dude, so I really just recently, like not even 4 days ago, I was playing the new Spider-Man 2. Dude, so good. So I'm a big guy. I like story modes a lot more than I like. I know multiplayer is kind of the thing these days. But man, I love a good story mode. Red Dead Redemption 2 was one of the best stories I've ever played. Like I said, Spider-Man 2, the one I just finished, that one along with the first Spider-Man. They could all be movies, dude. They're so good. And I'm a big fan of the Grand Theft Auto series. I'm really stoked about that new trailer tomorrow. Like, so hyped. Like, yeah, I'm Grand Theft Auto. Like, yeah, all those games. But to answer your question, PlayStation for sure.
There you go. Grunge or metalcore?
Oh man, that's tough.
Yeah.
It's another one I want to answer both. I'll take grunge.
Most definitely. And we'll talk about some of
And,
the
and,
influences.
and it might be unpopular, but I think Alice in Chains is better than Nirvana. I'm gonna say it. Yeah, that's my opinion.
I mean, definitely if there was a Mount Rushmore for grunge bands, they're both up there.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. Right there with Soundgarden. Yeah, exactly, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Flying or driving?
I guess depends where you're going. I'll take flying. Flying's fun. Flying's fun. I love flying, dude.
Yeah. Or are you going because I'm such a cheapskate. Like
Me too.
I will cram my fat butt into a Spirit seat and be uncomfortable for 6 hours just to save a buck.
Dude, me too. Because like you said, I'm just trying to get there. I don't care how I get there. Yeah, but yeah, dude, Spirit Airlines, you can get round trip to freaking Florida or something for like $300. It's just like a steal. You know what I mean?
Dog, I was in I had the aisle seat one day because I thought that would give me some extra room. That was the worst part.
Dude,
like nobody could get past me. Like my shoulders were like in the other seats.
I'll say I'm a 6'2" man, and dude, normal coach, it's rough. It's rough. It gets really rough after 2 or 3 hours, and it's so bad. I've almost thought about getting first class till I look at the damn price, and I'm a cheap ass too. It's like okay, I'll suffer. I'm good. I'm not paying that.
I have to get a GoFundMe to go in that first class.
Dude, for sure, man. For sure.
Milkshake or malt?
Shoot, milkshake for sure.
Okay. I have to ask you this. Have you ever had a malt?
Dude, I was about to say, I can't say I've honestly had a malt. So that's a poor comparison. It's not a fair comparison to the malt.
See, most people have never had a malt. And I don't know if it's because people think it's antiquated. But I tell you what, if you ever have a malt, it will change your life.
Is that so maybe in America we call it a float. Is that like with the soda on top of the ice cream? So what's a malt?
It's this it's named after the stuff that they put into it, the malt. It's kind of like some grainy, and when I explain it, people are like, that sounds nasty. But it's kind of like this grainy substance that they put into the ice cream and mix it all up.
Yeah.
And bro, it is heavenly.
I'm gonna have to try me on all, dude.
Yeah, next time you go to an ice cream shop or like a Sonic or something like that, get yourself a hot fudge malt.
I know it's the Sonic's like 20 minutes away from me, so I think that's my best bet for sure.
Heck yeah. CD or vinyl?
Man, I'm gonna have to go with probably CDs because that's what I've always collected. That's what I always grew up on. I do like vinyl. I have some vinyl of my favorite bands, but to me, honestly, and I might, get hate for the people that love vinyl, but it's too much work to get the record out, put it on a vinyl player, and yeah, I don't know. CD's easy, just pop it in, dude. But this day and age, it's all about streaming, unfortunately. But CDs for sure. That's what I grew up on, and that's what I like to collect. And there's something about the side of the CD, and not, I like collecting vinyl. I have some vinyl in here of my favorite bands, but CD for sure.
Yeah, the vinyl, it may be dirty and like you're getting crappy sounds. You got to take it off and clean it. Like with the CD, you spit on it, rub it on your shirt a little bit, and you're good.
Exactly. And my biggest thing too with vinyl is I've never heard, they say it's a clarity difference. Maybe I'm just deaf or tone deaf, but I've never really heard a noticeable difference to my human ear between vinyl and a CD. Maybe I haven't looked hard enough and listened to enough vinyl, but that's my thing too. I don't know.
You've gone to too many Warped Tour shows. That's what the deal is.
Dude, I do listen to music way too loud. And yeah, trust me, I'll be probably deaf by 40 at the rate I'm at.
One time I made the mistake. Have you ever heard of 1,000-Foot Crutch?
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
I went to a 1,000-Foot Crutch show and I stood right by the stack because I thought I was tough. And it sounded like I was listening inside of a seashell for like 6 minutes. I thought I ruined my hearing for life.
It's no joke. It's scary. And that's what made me open up my self to hearing was initially it was a firecracker went off right by my ear once and I lost it. But dude, yeah, we actually recently, my girl and I went to a Smile Empty Soul show. I don't know if you remember them.
Yeah.
They're one of my favorite bands. Still love them. And dude, like I couldn't hear for 2 days. Like that, you know what I mean? You can hear, but it's like you can tell your hearing is affected. It's like I gotta take you gotta take that stuff seriously.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it's so hard because like I love the loud music. That's what I like about it. You feel like you're there, and like it's just not the same with ear protection. I'm even learning that with in-ear monitors. Rehearsing and stuff. It's like it's getting used to it. It's obviously necessary to hear myself, but it's not the same as just hearing the freaking everything. You know what I mean?
Right. We are going 10 rounds with Kevin from our band of the month, Sever. Danger or safety?
Man, give me danger.
I'm with you. And here we go. The finale of 10 rounds with Mikey O. Afro or mullet?
Afro, for sure. I think mullets are overrated. Hey, give me an afro. They're cool, man. I think mullets are overrated. They're cool, but give me an afro, definitely.
Well,
Not me an afro, but I like an afro.
You catch a mullet on a nice windy day and the wind catches that thing.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing more beautiful.
I hear you. Those were hard, dude. Those are hard to pick between either because there's pros and cons to both if you really want to get down into the gritty.
Yeah. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about the first song we're going to play, Forever Change. What's this song about?
So this song, man, is about, it's kind of like, it's about my dad and about myself at the same time. How I kind of wrote it, it's sort of a tribute to my dad. He died when I was 15 years old. He died because of alcoholism. That's what killed him. And it's kind of like acknowledging that I miss my dad. And also kind of telling a story of the first verse is kind of me watching him as a kid growing up. And the second verse is like me as myself, to my age now. And oh shit. It basically, the first verse is like seeing how he drinks. And the second verse is, oh shit, I'm just like you, Dad. Because that's that. And that's just what it is. Kind of just sums up the whole story of it's kind of also, I intentionally, I didn't write it first, but I put it first on the album because it kind of is the birth of, I guess you could say, a downward spiral in my own life that the album sort of talks about. And it's just, it's sort of a tribute to my dad and also acknowledging like I said, that I sort of turned into him in the process. Um, and yeah, it's just the best thing, the best way to put it. I think it's acknowledging my dad and the struggles he went through and the struggles I ended up going through, while also just acknowledging I miss him and love him. And hence the bridge being gone now, but not forever. One day we'll be together. Um, that kind of just, yeah, it's kind of just my piece with the situation. I don't know if peace is the right word, but also just a tribute to my dad because he bought me my first genuine, like real, like actual good guitar, and like sort of like saying, "Look, Dad, I made this. You know, I'm doing what I said I'd always do." Finally, and it's kind of that's kind of the best way to sum it up, I think.
Here it is.
And so it's about loss. It's about loss, basically.
Here it is. It's forever changed on Indie Rage Radio. All right, very cool. In segment 2, we're going to talk about how you and the other guys in the band met, and talk about your songs, your writing, and stuff like that.
Sure.
All right, here we go. Segment 2 in 3, 2, 1. Indie Rage Radio, IndieRageRadio.com. We are back with our band of the month, Sever Red. Of course, you can go to IndieRageRadio.com, hover over music, click band of the month. All their links are there. You can watch some of their music videos, the bios, so you can get to know the guys in the band a little bit better. And look, speaking of the band, how did you guys meet?
So how we met, man? So funny. So Facebook, like everything these days. Excuse me. So we met. So it's funny. So the bassist is the guy named Stephen Hall. We used to be in a band together back in high school. And it's funny. Like we kind of after the band broke up, I think 2014. We kind of went our separate ways. Just life, nothing crazy. And then when I started this project, I was like, I would say need band members eventually because I initially wrote the whole album myself. Everything's me. I did it all. And I like kind of did an unconventional approach instead of having a band. I was kind of the one band for a little bit there, but obviously, I wanted to, you need to play live shows, and that's the whole part of being in a band. So in my head, I was thinking, let's write just the best album I can. And hopefully, people, I can just kind of use that as myself as, hey, you want to join a band? This is what it's going to sound like. And so that being said, so Steven, I hit him up. And initially he was like, oh, I don't know. So fast forward a week or two later, and I'm like, dude, come on. And then that's a long story short. And so that's that. And the other guys I met through my best friend, Caleb, just kind of went through and hit up people that are in bands in my area. And he's like, I hit up people without a band, or even people have profile pictures with guitars. And so one guy I hit up, he hooked me up with a guy named Josiah, who's our guitarist, and he just hit me up saying, "Yeah, I really like the stuff, blah blah." And like I said, long story short, he wanted to join, and then so how we got in that. So that's bass, and I'm a singer, obviously, and so guitarist, and so we wanted to add another guitarist and a drummer. So found out Josiah from a band he used to be in. The guys also really like the music, and I actually met. It's funny enough, we officially are a band like. As like a week ago with the last two members, the new guitarist and drummer that just joined. But it's funny, like about a month ago, I saw them both at a show for Josiah's band called Phantom Hourglass, who he plays with still. And they kind of told me, dude, I really love the music. Like, you ever get some availability or you need some people, like, hit me up. And it's like, so it's funny, like, not even 2 or 3 weeks later, like, hey, so about that, you want to join? And so that's that. And now, we're getting into rehearsals and stuff. We have our first show in February 24th at a place called the Blue Fox Billiards in Winchester, Virginia. For anybody listens and knows that. But I think this is Australia radio, so probably what am I talking about? And so, yeah, we just kind of met up mutually through, social media and just messages. And then we, hooked up and vibe together because, it's important in a band. Make sure you all vibe together. And, yeah, so we're definitely in infancy. But I'm feeling good, and I can't wait to see what the future holds. Like I said, I can't wait to get closer with these guys. I've known Josiah for at least a month now, and Steven a decade. So I can't wait to build some, chemistry is the word with the other guys too, and just see where this thing goes. We're all excited. We're all on the same page, and just can't wait to just start doing and working on this thing we all believe in. You know what I mean?
We're talking with Kevin. He's the lead vocalist for Sever Red. They're a band of the month. Now, your new record, Sick and Tormented, comes out January 26th next
Yep.
year.
Yep.
Tell us a little bit about the writing process, because, here in your bio, it says that you kind of reached into your struggles with depression and addiction to write
Yep.
this album. And it seems like, from your music to, other artists that we've seen, like some of the best songs are crafted out of the darkest times.
Yeah, dude, they really are, and that's always been it for me too. Musically, like that's the song, like the bands I attach to. Just like, don't get me wrong, I like just listen to some shit that just is just happy. I don't know the happy stuff. Anyway, but yeah, to your point, the best music is the raw and real stuff that I've always connected to. One of my favorite bands is Seether, and that's why they're my favorite band. Like Sean Morgan wears his heart on his sleeve, and you can hear the emotion in his voice. And I like any band like that. Like you said, I think the darkest times bring some of the best music because it's so real and you can feel it. And we're, as humans, we're not all so different. We all go through shit. And I think I appreciate bands that'll be willing to be vulnerable and put their darkest times out there if it might help others. And it's also therapeutic to get your own, I think that's why God gave us a gift as musicians to express ourselves, because it's therapeutic for me to write, about the dark things. While it is vulnerable, but it's the same thought, like it's real. And in my opinion, the best music comes from a real place. It doesn't necessarily have to be a dark place, but just from a real place, deep within you. And I think that's the best music that just comes from the heart.
Yeah, most definitely. So the next track we're going to play is Desperation. Tell us a little bit about this one.
So this one, like I said, kind of leading on to about Forever Chained. It's kind of like, hence the song name. It's kind of just about me in the pits of my own addictions. You know what I mean? And feeling like I'm kind of just there's no way out. I'm kind of screwed. And that's kind of what that's about. It's just acknowledging that I'm kind of in a dark place, and I need it's a cry for help. Hence desperation.
Here it is from Sever Red. This is the song Desperation on Indie Rage Radio. All right, very cool. So in let's see, segment 3, we're gonna
I hope I'm doing all right, dude. I hope I'm not very experienced in interviews, so I hope I'm doing all right, dude.
No, you're doing great, brother.
All right.
Amazing. Let him know in the comments that he's doing a great job.
Oh God, I hear that. Edit that out. That's how we went live. We're good.
Let's see. Segment 3, we're going to expound a little bit more on the new EP coming out. Then we're going to talk about, getting in the studio with your producer and everything and stuff like that.
Sure.
All right, here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Indie Rage Radio, IndieRageRadio.com. We are back with our band of the month, Sever Red. Go to IndieRageRadio.com, hover over music, click band of the month. Everything you need to know about these guys are there. Go stream their music. Go buy their merch. Go get to know this band a little bit better. Go play their songs on YouTube. Help this band out.
Please.
All right, so let's talk about the new EP coming out. You got a new album coming out next year, January 26th. It's called Sick and Tormented. What went into recording this? Because in the last segment, you were talking about how for a while you were a one-man band, then you met these other guys so you could start doing live shows. What all went into recording the new EP?
So what went into that is, I worked with a guy named Josh Schrader. He's in Midland, Michigan. He's done some big bands that I love. Not necessarily in my genre. That's the funny thing. He usually does metal. I don't know if you heard a band called Lorna Shore. Mm-hmm. He's done a Dayseeker. He's done Burials, King 810, The Plot and You. And so he just did some of the Colin Morale is a big one that sold me like I want to work with this guy one day. He did the album by them called No Hope, and that was one of their biggest albums. And so how that worked out is I just wanted to so the writing product. So I'll go before that. So I wrote all these demos in the room you're looking at now. Basically, all those things that people can hear right now, for the most part, kind of stayed the same. And I wrote them all here, just probably over all. Some of them sat for a while, but probably like a 2 or 3 month process of just writing a whole bunch of songs and picking the best ones I liked, and I settled on the 5 that everybody will hear eventually. And it was just, yeah, I would just write in my room, write everything, write the guitar, write the vocals, write the bass drums on my little, MIDI keyboard, all that good stuff. And I got enough together. So I hit up Josh Schrader. I was like, hey, man, would love to work with you. Always, admired your work and would love to work with you. And he hits me back. He's like, send me some demos. And so I sent him the demos. It's funny enough, I've always been kind of self-conscious about my voice. So I sent him the initial demos without vocals. And he's like, sounds really good, but I need to hear a vocals to make sure someone I want to work on. So I'm like, oh, fuck, here we go. Excuse my language there. Here we go. So I went through and just like, he's going to find out if I suck or not anyway. So I just went through and just recorded all the vocals raw, no editing, and just winged it. Like, oh, here we go. We're going to kind of like, all because I take vocal lessons. I have a vocal coach, and I was like, we're about to see if it pays off. And so I just, like I said, I told him, here's what you wanted, and, no editing. Sorry if it's rough. And she hit me back. It was like a 3-day wait. I'm like, I remember telling my girl, everybody's like, man, he ain't gonna work for me. I suck. I'm telling you, blah blah blah. So 3 days later, he hit me back. He's like, what's your price range? And I'm like typing like, whoa, this is cool. He wants to work with me. And as I'm typing back to him, I get a call from him, and he's just like, "What's up?" And long story short, we just got to know each other a little bit over the phone. What am I about? What am I writing about? And where I want to go with it. And long story short, after like a 45-minute conversation, he's like, "Man, I really like you. I see your passion. Definitely want to work with you." So I booked studio time with him. We went out 3 weeks to Michigan at his studio. And him and I, man, we took the demos I had. We had basically the bare bones, the foundation there, and we tweaked some structure stuff. And I actually had him write the bass because I'm not a bassist. I just kind of wrote to the guitar, and he's like, I'm a bassist. Like, I'm gonna think like a bass and just make this the best we can. I was like, go for it. Same thing with the drum. I'm not a drummer, so he's a drummer himself. So he did all the drums for me as well. But all the guitar stuff basically stayed the same. And there was a couple parts where like we would go back and forth on guitar, like, what are you thinking? Hand the guitar back and forth and like stuff like that. But for the most part, I wrote all the guitar and everything, obviously sang, but he helped me with all the drums and bass, and the drums would go first. What would we do is he'd put my demos over and then start writing the drums, and then would be drums, bass, write my guitar, and then vocals. And dude, it was so fun, just over 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks, I think. We did about a song a day. No, probably about a song and a half a day, and it was just so fun. Such a cool guy. I love the process of being in a professional studio where so many of my favorite bands that inspired me were right in there. So that was kind of a cool vibe. And recording on instruments that, God, I'd probably have to sell my house to afford. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I did record on my guitar, but I remember I sang into like a $10,000 vocal mic. That was awesome. It was an awesome experience, dude. And it was just he's such a good producer. Anybody watching this, maybe independent band, like if you want the best, some producer to pull the best out of you, like go with him, Josh Schrader. He's just great, and he made, like I said, his production is a huge reason why his band is starting to gain ground because it just sounds so good and crisp. And yeah, it was probably some of the best time of my life. Those 2 weeks are definitely, if I was to die today, that would be some of the best times of my life. It was so fun.
Nice. Yeah, and don't ever underestimate your vocals because your vocals are great, dude. That's
I
one of the
appreciate
things.
that, man.
The first song I heard of yours was on Space Untravel was Gone. And
Yeah,
that was the first thing that brought me in was your vocals. I was like,
brilliant.
oh, okay, we got something here.
That's
And
awesome, dude.
yeah, man. And like I don't know. And I started looking on your YouTube page after that, and you got some videos saying, "Hey, do you miss 2000s rock
Yeah,
bands and stuff like that?" And I'm like, bro, because I mean, look at me. That was my time period, bro.
yeah, dude.
Like, I
Yeah,
was
yeah,
right there
dude.
in the grunge period and everything. And
I loved it too, man. Yeah, early 2000s was, like I said. It's funny enough because like I'm sort of bad with marketing. It's funny. Like I feel like I shouldn't like compare ourselves, but like, how do you market your music? Like, I'm trying to think about if I saw a band was like, oh, he sounds like the bands I love, I'm gonna check him out. So that's kind of my thinking with that. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And I'm definitely inspired by that era, man. Like, I didn't like when I wrote the album. I didn't be like we're sounding just like them. It's just how it happened. Just because it's who I am, I guess you could say. And like, and yeah, like, but yeah, it's I might be going off topic. My bad. Bring me back on track.
No, you're good. At the end of Gone, I was sitting there. I was like, bro, if Kurt from Nirvana, Lane from Alice in Chains, Sean from Seether, and
Yeah.
Brent from Shinedown sat together in a room and wrote a song, this is what it would sound like.
Damn, dude, that's a really cool compliment. Those are such man. Some of my favorite vocalists, man. That's awesome. That's really cool. I appreciate that, dude.
Yeah, man. You took me back, bro. I was like, dang, we got to get these guys
That's
on
awesome,
the show
man.
for sure.
That's really cool, dude. I appreciate that.
Yeah, man. And speaking of that, that's the next song we're gonna play. Let's talk a little bit about Gone. What's this song about?
So that song is kind of like I said about the same thing. It's kind of just touching on my addictions and my depression, mental health as well. And then, but it's also coming to the point where I've had enough of myself. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm tired of being controlled by my addictions. And I kind of wrote it purposely as like a toxic relationship. But to me, it's definitely about my toxic relationship with my addictions. And but you know, let them do whatever you want. There's toxic relationships for humans too, and
Right.
people have said that's what it's about too. So leave it up to you all.
Here it is from Sever Red. It is Gone on Indie Rage Radio. All right, very good. Last segment is kind of like it's at the end of the show, so we're up against the clock. So
Yeah.
you know, one of those we got to get out of here type things. And we
I
just
got you,
put,
brother.
we just put like a bow on everything.
Are we still live right now?
We're not live. I'm taping it.
Okay,
And
so
then-
it's one of the best interviews I've done, dude. You're great.
Ah, well, thank you, brother. I appreciate that.
Man.
And this is going to be released the same week as we release your episode on December 26th.
Cool, dude.
Yeah. So here we go. In segment 4 in 3, 2, 1. Indie Rage Radio, IndieRageRadio.com. Sadly, it has come to that part of the show where it's almost time to let Kevin go. But first, we still got a few more minutes to talk about some stuff. Sever Red is our band of the month. Go to IndieRageRadio.com, hover over music, click band of the month. All their links are there. Go stream their music, go buy their merch, check out the guys because they definitely deserve to be checked out. So we talked about mountains over beaches and 10 rounds with Mikey O. We talked about the recording process, how you met the band. It's time to put a bow on this, Kevin. What can we expect in the future from Sever Red?
Man, to be honest, I hope you all expect good music first and foremost. And so, you know, we're grinding up in rehearsals. We want to play shows everywhere we can. So I think we can expect in the future really promoting the album that everybody going to hear. Hopefully getting out to anybody and anybody can listen. And starting to put our touring footprint wherever we need to. Like start playing, just play shows, and promote the heck out of this album. And then, you know, probably in the future, within a year or so, we might start looking at releasing some new music. Just because, you know, people these days don't have a big attention span, including myself. So, yeah, we're going to just work on writing, gelling as a band, and playing shows, man, and just keep this thing growing. Keep our social medias going, promoting that, and just spread the name, man, doing what an underground rock band that's grassroots does best, which is just promote. Not sing, but play the best shows we can and just get our names out there, dude.
That's right. And you got the new album coming out next month, January 26th. It's called Sick and Tormented. Where are people going to be able to find that and download it?
Man, they can find it anywhere. iTunes, Spotify. We're working on getting some hard copies. If they really want a hard copy, they can order it through our website. We're working on getting out. But yeah, man, Spotify, iTunes. Hopefully, you know, one day you can go to just a record store and get it, but we're not quite there yet. But yeah, if you have Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, any of the main big streaming platforms, Amazon Music, Tidal, there's so many. Well, you can find all that on there.
Awesome. So the last song we're going to play, you released it a few days ago, but we're going to go ahead and call it a world premiere here on Indie Rage Radio.
For sure, dude.
This is brand new. It's called Afraid. What's this song about?
So this song is kind of like anybody who's ever had alcohol addiction issues, substance abuse, or anything. I think they'll really be able to relate to it. It's kind of just a play-by-through of my daily life when I was deep in alcoholism. That's the best way to put it. And I think anybody who's struggled with alcohol or any type of drug can will definitely understand and relate to it.
He is Kevin from our band of the month, Sever. My name is Mikey O. We are out of here. Kevin, any last thoughts that you want to leave for the Rage Nation?
Just want to say, Mike, dude, I appreciate you so much. You're a great guy, great interviewer. This is one of my. I had such a good time, and to all everybody listening, anybody's gonna check us out. I appreciate y'all so much. Y'all mean the world to me, and hope everybody takes care and has a wonderful Christmas or whatever you celebrate.
There you go. That's Kevin. I'm Mikey O. We are out of here. I'll see you when I see you. All right, very cool, Kevin. Thank you so much, man.
Dude, thank you, man. I really do appreciate that. Like I said, dude, this is seriously the best interview I've done. You're a good radio guy, man. I don't. Is this what you want to do? And this is your living, right?
I mean, my shoot job, I do radio. I'm a brand manager for a classic hit station, but my passion
awesome,
is for
dude.
Indian unsigned rock and metal. So, I do this on the side.
Dude, I appreciate this so much. Like I said, if it wasn't for people like you, bands like I would have ways to get this stuff out there. So I can't tell you enough how much I appreciate your time, dude. I had a great freaking time.
Right on. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, we're on radio stations in Australia, France, the USA.
That's great, dude. So is it like a tune? You said FM, right? Like, can I tune into it, or like is it like a internet type radio station?
Well, 5 of our radio stations are internet radio stations, and one is an FM station, and that FM station is 103.9 Hope FM in Esperance, Australia.
And I got the Odyssey app, so I can listen to it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And like they do it, of course it's on Australian time, but they do it 10 p.m. on Fridays.
10 p.m. Fridays, Aussie time.
Mm-hmm. And they're in Esperance, Australia.
That's awesome, dude. Are you in Australia too?
No, But I got a homeboy. Shout out to my man Josh down there. He works with Hope Radio, and like
dude.
His wife was an Aussie, and then she wanted to go back home. He was like, "I'm coming with you."
That's awesome, dude.
He lives down there now.
That's awesome, man. It's gonna be big snakes and spiders down there for me.
Dude, he found a spider one day on his pillow. When he woke up, that was as big as a hamburger bun.
Dude, yeah. I wouldn't think I'd probably have a heart attack and die. I'm not even kidding, dude.
Yeah, I would not exist anymore.
No, dude. It's terrifying, dude. It's like a nightmare.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel you. Hey, before you leave, can I get a drop from you? Can you say, "Hey, this is Kevin from the band Sever, and you're listening to Indie Rage Radio"?
Yeah, for sure. Tell me when you're ready.
Whenever you're ready.
Hey, y'all, this is Kevin from Sever, and y'all listening to Indie Rage Radio.
Awesome, brother. Thank you so much, dude.
Dude, thank you, man. I really appreciate it. We'll keep in touch for sure. You're a great dude. Man. I like you, man.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, whenever you guys got new music out, just indierageradio@gmail.com. Send it our way.
Yep. All right, brother. Appreciate you so much, Mike. You take care. Have a good night, dude.
Hey, bro. You too. Take it easy.
Yeah, buddy. See ya.